Hi everyone, welcome to Jinghua Education. This is Steven. In this video, we're going to talk about the Math 12 Transformation Tutorial Part 3. If you haven't done the first two parts, please go back to check that out, because without those history informations, it's pretty hard to follow here. In this video, we talk about domain and range. Okay, what is domain? Domain is what X can be, what the input can be. Let's thinking about the machine example again. Microwave is the machine. Microwave is the functions. You throw in cold food, they give you hot food. That is function. Okay, but you can only throw food in. You cannot throw animal in. Right? So that means if you throw animal in, that will become that animal actually is also a kind of functions. Okay, so that was joking. So food only is the domain for microwave. You cannot put anything else into microwave. This kind of domain means. So in the high school level, we're going to deal with the three kind of functions. They are 1 over x, square root x, and the logarithms ax. Denominator cannot equal to 0 at all. X inside the square root, x must be bigger or equal to 0. And the logarithms x bigger than 0. So memorizing this is always true. Okay, so you make sure whatever domain here, x, the denominator cannot equal to 0, inside square root it must be bigger than 0, and the x for the power of the logarithms must be bigger than 0 only, not equal to 0s. Okay, so let's see some example here. What is a domain here? Let's see question 1. A lot of students thinking, well, question 1 is a functions. Yes, it is functions. Actually, there are 4 points in that functions. Technically, even 1 point is also a functions. They just have 1 input and 1 output, that's it. In this question, 3 as input, and then 5 is output. That means this function takes 3, and then throw out 5. They take 0, throw out 5 as well. They may asking, like, what if we throw 1? It's not okay, because 1 is in our domain. They throw -2 here, they got 0 out, they got 6 in, and -3 out. That means our domain is what? Our domain is x belong to 3, 0, -2, and 6. These 4 numbers are our domain. This is 4 number is not what x can be. You cannot put anything else. You cannot put any other numbers other than this. The range is y can be, what y can be. The y can be 5, can be 0, can be -3. That means this function can only produce 5, 0, and -3. You ask this function to producing 4? No way. They cannot do that. That is what range means. Let's see the other question here. In these questions, what the domain is. First things, if you read about part 2, this is not even a function. However, if it is a function, what is domain? The domain is from here, this is 0 here, -1, -2, from -2 to +2. So domain is x less than 2 or equal or bigger or equal to -2. That is our domain. That means all the graph coverage, see here, are all the x that graph covered. -3 is not in the domain. Same thing here, this x is bigger or equal to 2. In here, even though you don't see these things keep going, it is going forever. So the domain is actually from very, very back to very, very front. We don't know how much it's going to go. Domain is just everything, all real numbers. Now let's talk about range. Range is pretty simple as well. So range, is just what y can be. In here, the y is maximum 2, minimum negative 2. So the y will belong to less than 2 and bigger than negative 2 as well. In here, the minimum y is 0. The maximum y is going forever, going to the top forever. So the just y just bigger or equal to 0. This is y. Y bigger or equal to 0. That's what our range is. And this one, the y just belong to real number again. This is everything. All y can be. So y can be any number. So you see from the very bottom to very top, y can be any number. So this is how to find the domain and range for functions. Thank you for watching.